This is James Arnold Taylor, voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Welcome to a more civilized podcast. This is the podcast you're looking for. You may not go about your business. Stay here, listen, and then move along.
Well. Or no, sorry, what does he say? It's, what? Hello, what have we... Is that what he says?
What have we here? Yes.
Doesn't he say something
Hello, what have we here?
Hello, what have we here?
Hello,
what have we here?
General Kenobi.
Oh, I'm Kyler.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ross.
I'm Christina.
I'm Carrie.
Yay! Our wives are back because, dear listeners, it's that time of year again. It's the Valentine's episode. Oh my goodness. My favorite episode from last year, and hopefully my favorite episode for this year. We'll see.
Well, we don't want to peak too early.
Yeah, well, that's true. But we are going, if you recall last year's Valentine's episode, we had a whole bunch of different categories for the men of Star Wars, where we handily and thoroughly objectified men for your entertainment. And it just wouldn't be right or fair to treat things without some degree of equality. So this year we're going to objectify and make humorous comments for your entertainment about the women of Star Wars.
Yes, so this will be a much shorter episode.
Yes, that's very true.
I'll admit I was surprised at the length of the list that we did have to choose from.
I
and that
know,
wasn't
right?
everybody.
I was
even,
until
so.
I started trying to fill the categories, and I was like, holy cow, I got nothing to pick from.
Yeah.
There's
it's a tough choice.
It was tough.
The ladies of Star Wars present tough choices.
I was talking to my sister about it, and it's just like, this is... When people get complaining about, like, oh, they keep putting all these women in Star Wars because this is some sort of agenda, blah, 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 blah. It's like, the agenda is to bring balance to the Force. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
and that's why,
real.
too, like, I was trying to think of women in creating the list and stuff, and I was like, geez, I got so many from, like, Star Wars Resistance and the sequel trilogy. I'm like, I gotta, like, try to even it out. Like, okay, Clone Wars. Okay, there's a few. Okay, original trilogy. Yeah, I've already got the, like, 2 that were in there, so...
Yep.
Oh, crap. I guess it is all the new stuff.
Yep.
So, anyway, Ross, you got some news. Hurry and get through it.
As
so
a matter of
the
fact,
episode.
he does not.
That's right.
All right,
but I
straight
have all
into the
sorts
episode.
of newsy news. You told that joke.
News.
You told that joke last
The
time.
worst.
Come on.
And I will say it.
You got to get something new.
Right, and how often do you do the newsy news?
Because
every episode? Because it's terrible?
It's the bumper for the section, man.
No way.
It's legit.
Go.
We do the newsy news every episode because we do the newsy news in every episode. Like, we're just going to not talk about any newsy
do you
news?
see what you've done?
I'm
hate
confused.
you.
What is it he wants here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just get on
He just starts blabbering on
He
at
does
these
that a
points,
lot,
so,
it's true.
it's whatever.
Do you want another 3-hour Valentine episode?
Why not?
Yes.
I do.
All right, so for today's episode of Newsy News,
Yay!
because we are in the great news drought of the Star Wars fandom after obvious big releases, we just have a few fun little anecdotes for you this week. First off is Mark Hamill just happened to match with Luke Skywalker for a dream date. You guys may have seen this on Twitter or on the interwebs at large, where it's, I don't know if it's Instagram
Yeah, some
or...
like Instagram filter or something
Yeah,
like that.
something where you use the camera on your phone and it looks at you and then it puts a rotating image over your head of just a bunch of different characters, and whoever you match with is whoever you should go on a date with. And so Mark Hamill got Luke Skywalker.
This is the same one that Zelda Williams matched with the genie from Aladdin on.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was Robin Williams' daughter matched with the genie. It was adorable.
That's great.
Yep, it was
That's
good
awesome.
times. In further news, and this is something that I hadn't heard of until basically we sat down today to record the episode, was that George Lucas's Underworld series footage has resurfaced. Now, for those of us that don't know, this was a planned television series that Lucas was doing.
It was a pitch for one, basically.
Planned, pitched, whatever. But it was going to be a in Star Wars universe TV series. I guess
Live
trying to
action.
take a page.
Yeah,
out
it would have been a
Star
live
Trek's
action
book.
as opposed to like animated, like the Clone Wars or
Right.
something.
And so some footage turned up online. And the day after, Lucasfilm was like, yeah, actually that's for real. But it was just proof of concept. It wasn't really much
that's
farther
why
than what we saw.
That's why the graphics are so...
Yeah. Like, I mean, it looked...
Yeah, no, I mean,
It looked decent.
for a
but it
proof of
was-
concept from the mid-aughts, it's great, but,
Yeah.
it's...
It's no Mandalorian.
Yeah. Or any of the others.
Hey, speaking of...
Yes.
Look
Speaking
at that
of,
segue. It's like we're
Nice.
bloody
That
professionals.
that was a
up
good
in here.
segue.
We're adequate.
Tyler has just participated in the Newsy News.
Yay!
No.
Anyway,
We've got extra witnesses this time.
That's right. The actual extra big news for this episode is that we have been given a release window for The Mandalorian, October of 2020. So this
That
fall,
was
late
pretty
this fall.
expected, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's when it released this year. I wouldn't have expected much different.
It released
All
in
their-
November this year.
Oh,
so
that's
it is
right,
slightly
November.
earlier.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like all the Clone Wars seasons have always released in October. Rebels released in October. Resistance October. So that's fairly standard fare for Star Wars TV shows. So
Yep.
not overly surprising, but it is nice to have something to put on your calendar.
And especially with, them starting to film before even this last series.
Yeah.
Was it before it even began? They were filming season 2.
Do we know how
I don't
many
think they were
episodes
filming
are
it,
gonna be
but
in
they
season
did
2?
have the season was approved and they were writing it before
Maybe that's
season
what it
1
was.
aired. Yeah.
Do we know
But
how many episodes are in season 2?
I haven't
not
seen
yet,
Yeah,
no.
I haven't
There's been
seen that.
Because with it airing in October, like I wonder if it'll slip into a little bit more standard season length, of 20 episodes or something.
I would hope, with it now kind of being proven, and I think Disney's a little bit more willing to
Yeah.
I mean, that depends. If they're
give it its due.
just going to stretch out the plot further, then I'm not really interested in that. But
I think other than that, I think we've only really had a picture or two from the set. One was of a Gamorrean who looked like he was ready for the beach, and with his nice fur Speedo that he was wearing. And then there was also, I think, just a picture of the Mandalorian's helmet sitting on the ground somewhere, if I remember right. If that was for season 2, I don't remember exactly now. Anyway, that's coming up. Should be fun, one way or another.
And in 2 days, you can see me and Chris and Ross hanging around somewhere at LTUE
Correct?
yes,
in
that is
Provo.
true.
Chris, I think you should give that because
LTUE is a science fiction and fantasy writing symposium in Provo, Utah, held annually, always over Valentine's Day, which is why my wife and I haven't been on a Valentine's Day date in years, and we're not big on Valentine's Day anyway, so it's generally not a big deal. But
Yeah.
anyway, but we will be there presenting, speaking, discussing, hanging around. It is relatively inexpensive to get into. I don't remember what the full price tickets are. They're not very high, and the student discount it's $5 to get in if you're a student. I've been saying it's free. Turns out that's wrong. It's $5, but that's still
Still not too
$5
bad.
for 3 days of
yeah, it's not
It's
bad.
good stuff. There are going to be people there that are famous and whatnot, big name writers
Like us. Oh, wait. I
yeah,
mean,
well, yeah, and people that are more than adequate, and
Yeah.
by
By,
likes
by
of-
significant amounts.
likes of David Farlands and Brandon Sandersons and Kevin J. Andersons, and I don't know exactly who's there this year, but those are names that are usually there. So
Yeah. And I think that's the newsy news.
Okay. Oh, boy. I'm so excited to do this episode. Got my papers.
I realized we forgot to announce
Oh, no.
one of our guests here today.
Oh, true. Yeah.
We are also joined by Kyler's youngest daughter, Freya. Mm-hmm. So there might be random mic
baby
noises and baby noises, plus also dog noises because Carrie's not downstairs to occupy the dog.
Yep.
That's why he's our unofficial mascot. 'Cause I knew we
also
were gonna hear
because
him eventually.
Kyler might start barking. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I sometimes can't help it. So.
Ugh.
Oh, boy. So, we decided to keep the same categories as last year.
So if you remember last year's, we had a list of categories like classically beautiful and best wingman,
Bad girl.
romantically and literary. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've just kept taking those straight over from the men
Yep.
and applied it to the women.
Yep. I'm so excited. Also, like last year, we've, after a number of these categories that we go through, we're going to play a round of Bed, Wed, Behead.
Right.
So, with different people that I've prepared, so that should be pretty fun.
You guys can make noise, by the way. I mean,
You don't have to wait to.
Well,
to be
she doesn't
selected.
even make noise to respond to that.
because I could see Carrie
Head
kind of
Carrie just
stifling a laugh
shrugs,
and just yeah.
Freya's reaching for the microphone. She wants to
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep her away from it.
talk. Okay, well, let's start off with classically beautiful. Who is your classically beautiful choice? Oh, apparently I'm going to start.
Yeah.
So we were talking before the show about filling out these categories, and for many of us, it was kind of like, oh, you think of somebody and you put them in there, and then you get to a different category, and you're like, oh, well, dang it, oh, well, maybe they go here better. So there was a lot of shuffling around, a lot of possibilities here, and for me, there are 4 or 5 women of Star Wars that could basically go in any and every category. They're the Poe Damerons here, who could just go anywhere and I'd be okay.
Poe Dameron is one of the best women in Star Wars.
So wait, yeah.
You
No
know.
woman in Star Wars is going to hold a candle to...
Yeah. Poe Smolder Dameron. I bet that's his call sign. Smolder. All right, sorry.
This is
not
Smolder
our Poe
One.
Dameron show. Excuse me.
Smolder one and only.
Exactly. Dang it. Why does he have to be so handsome? All right. So, my classically beautiful, going all the way back to the time where I was a young, early teen boy,
A wee
Slave
Padawan.
Leia. Because Slave Leia...
Specifically Slave Leia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say Leia, and then I was like... in my mind, I was going to go with Leia, and I had already started to write Slave Leia, and I was like, yeah.
Is that
there it is.
classically beautiful or sluttily beautiful?
Hey, well, no, okay, so, but also...
She has a point.
But also Leia in general, like OT Leia, she is beautiful.
Yes.
Like, her long hair in Return of the Jedi, I'm a fan of long hair, and so I'm just like, man, all that long brown hair is just fantastic. Yes, as my wife shows off her long hair, exactly, I have a type,
A delightful flip.
you know, and she has really pretty eyelashes and stuff. Like, Carrie Fisher is beautiful.
True story.
Like, just straight up, she is beautiful. And then Slave Leia was, the subject of many a rewatch, so...
I watched a video of an interview that Carrie Fisher gave.
Ross is shaking his head like he didn't rewatch Return of the Jedi for some Slave Leia. Come on.
I can just see the tweets now.
Yeah. I watched an.
I'm sorry, you guys. You all know this is true. Come on.
Everybody knows this.
Everybody.
Yes.
Come on. I'm not alone.
No, I watched an interview she gave on French television from the late
wow.
70s, and she spoke French apparently.
Yeah.
And it was pretty awesome. It was a
that's
completely
just
different
awesome.
thing hearing her in French. It was cool.
That's great.
Almost as bad as Mark Hamill in the gold shirt singing German. That's weird.
Never gets old. Speaking of classically beautiful,
Yeah. Carrie, who's your classically beautiful?
I put Padme. Not as queen, just when she's handmaiden.
Like, okay.
Natalie Portman, I think, is classically beautiful.
She is, and she's one of my other ones that I'm like, well, she could go there too. Like,
Yeah.
Natalie Portman, you're absolutely right, is gorgeous. So
basically any Star Wars leading lady, I feel like.
I would have put Nat, because she was my first thought for classically beautiful, but then there was another category that I was like, oh my gosh, nope, that's got. Well, and actually, that was like the third time that Natalie Portman had been in a category, and then I was like, oh no, but over here though, nah, okay. So good choice. Good. I'm glad she's somebody's classically beautiful. She deserves it. Chris, what about you?
I actually it was one of my first thoughts and never changed. I put Paige Tico.
Yes, Paige Tico she's got the Asian persuasion going on.
I almost had her in this category.
Yeah, that popped into my head, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah,
She is really attractive. Yeah,
true that.
for sure. Who was yours though, wife?
Holdo.
Holdo. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's
Laura
quite
Dern is-
attractive. I've seen her in other things, and I've always thought she was very pretty, and I think she just fits it.
True story.
Yeah.
Not a bad choice.
I
All
did
right,
consider her for that.
Ross, the caboose.
Yes. Now, I'm going to be surprised if anyone knows this name off the top of your heads.
It's not from our list. That's great.
It's not,
Hey.
actually. But it is in the movies, surprisingly enough. My classically beautiful was Corcella.
So I know I've heard.
Carrie,
of
yeah, Carrie looked like she kind of knows who it is.
Sequel trilogy?
Yes.
Is it one
Wait,
of the?
no, I know this one.
Was it on the list that I just
No,
didn't notice
it's not on the list.
Okay.
Crap.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You are. Who is
This is Leia's assistant who has an actual speaking part in the book of Bloodlines, but you actually see.
Oh, and she
on-
dies in Hosnian Prime.
Correct.
Yeah,
She's the one
really
that the
pretty,
camera
like,
focuses on.
African American
Yeah.
lady or something like that,
Yeah.
or maybe Latino. It's hard to tell because
It's hard to tell 'cause it's dark.
I
Yeah.
have seen her.
Yeah.
She's the one that dies on Husband Prime.
Yeah,
Correct.
she's really pretty.
Hard to pin
She's
down.
ethnically
is.
ambiguous.
She's-
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
No,
Short
yeah,
and
she.
smart and ethnically hard to pin down.
For those in case you don't really know, she's the one person that the camera frames on as the Starkiller base laser is
About
blowing
to
up
hit,
planets.
Oh yeah, that is a
So-
legit choice. She is
Yeah.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
she's
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
She has a really like elegant looking face. Yeah,
Yeah, very much.
like she looks like she could be like Star Wars royalty somewhere, like Naboo or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, just
Well, I mean, she probably is. Everyone's related to someone.
that's true. Oh boy. All right, girl next door. Who do we got? Chris, why don't we start with you?
Sure. Let me. Yeah. So for the boy next door, I went with young Uncle Owen, and for the
hey.
girl next door, I went with young Aunt Beru.
Young Baru.
It's a good
Yeah, young
choice.
Beru from
Really
the
pretty.
prequels. Yeah, she's adorable.
Just sweet and
Yeah.
nice looking. Yeah, really great. Ross.
Oh,
I'm mixing up the order every
You-
time.
you are.
I'm gonna keep
I
us on
was
our toes.
unprepared. I actually for this went with Rey, even though that fits more with like beginning of Force
I
Awakens.
had
I
Rey
did
in here
consider Rey,
initially.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had her in here as well before I changed it.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yep.
I considered
Ray
for,
was
like,
my
half of
first
these
thought
categories,
for
though.
here,
Yeah.
and then I realized I wanted her in a different category. Well, actually, I realized that there was somebody else that I liked better for this, and then I was like, oh, and this works out well too because Ray can go in this other category. So, yeah. Oh man, good times.
This is where I put Leia. Because for me, and I know you just finished talking about how she's classically beautiful, I don't get that vibe from her. That she's okay, but she's the girl next door to me.
Sure.
Hey, it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So, who was your official pick? Then,
I mean,
Christina?
people like Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, we gotta limit those comments.
I'm probably not pronouncing this right. Omera from Mandalorian?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's the widow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
And she is really pretty. Yeah.
It's one of those few people in The Mandalorian that doesn't just have a title instead of a name.
I went with Tora Doza from Star Wars Resistance. So she's the young teenage hotshot ace racer pilot that Kaz definitely has a crush on and is definitely not hitting it off with. But she is like exactly that, like happy-go-lucky, literally like the girl next door on the station for him. And I couldn't think of anybody better. Like once she popped into my head, I'm like, oh, she has to be girl next door, and so I kicked Ray out for that. So, and she is cute too. She's got interesting little face tattoos that are pretty cute. And so, which is a weird thing for me to say because normally tattoos are like an instant no-go for me. It's just I don't find them attractive. Anywho, hottie because they're funny. This one I had a really hard time with because there are not many funny women in Star
Yeah,
Wars.
this was
Yes.
the funny categories were definitely ones where I was like, wow,
Well,
this really shows our dearth of female characters.
and I'll admit I couldn't because we also have a humor focused one in our next section.
Yes.
I couldn't separate them, and so I don't actually have a pick here.
Oh, Ross, you are lame. Then throw someone in randomly.
Mon Mothma.
She's already on my list somewhere, actually.
Oh, she's on your list?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with...
Lady Proxima.
Actually, honestly,
Or
as
Madam
far as because my thought with this one was, well, okay, who actually makes jokes in Star Wars? And it's like,
Satine.
I guess
Satine
does.
is so
Yeah.
all of the funny women in Star Wars. I noticed they're snarky, sassy.
Yes, it's always
That's
the same
what it
type
is.
of funny.
Yeah.
So, so I've got.
I
one of
did
those.
consider Pelimoto, the repair lady from
Yes.
Mandalorian, but it's she's not funny enough for me to find her attractive because of it. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So much
Yeah,
as I like her,
agree.
and I like
exact
the,
same
yeah.
reasoning I went through. I went with Hera Syndulla.
Yeah, Harris.
Mostly because it was like I already had a funnier person in there in the next category we have that's humor related.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, Hera is also snarky, sassy, and I do personally enjoy that sense of humor. Also, I think Hera is beautiful anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, yeah, you can go live in that category. So Ross didn't have anything. Chris, who did you have?
Maz.
Maz. Okay, there
Yep.
we go.
Which I actually thought was funny because my pick for the men last year was Yoda. And now I've got Maz in there.
Oh boy. All right, Christina.
I went with L337.
Ah,
There
yes.
you go.
I did consider L3 for this one.
Okay, the funny thing is, so did I. L3.
Beautiful ladies think alike, apparently.
There we
we go. Unconventionally beautiful. Here's where I put Rey.
Really?
So, because Rey definitely, easily, no question, can go in the girl next door. That's that is her visual type for the show and her personality. But here's the thing. Daisy Ridley is beautiful, but, like, her individual parts are, like, weird together when I look at them. Like, her forehead is kind of large, but it works on her. Her smile is, like, she has, like, a very wide mouth, but it works on her. She has kind of a small nose, but it works on her. Like, the individual parts of Daisy Ridley are a little weird for me. But all together, I think it really works. She's unconventionally beautiful for me. Like, and especially, like, I thought she was particularly beautiful in Rise of Skywalker. Like, I loved the outfit she was in, like, kind of the creamy off-white, you know, Jedi robes and stuff. I'm like, you just look beautiful. And then, of course, all of her, like, press releases and stuff when she's all dolled up and stuff. It's like, yeah, you can rock it. So, unconventionally beautiful.
There you go. We're waiting on you to tell us
sorry.
who's next.
Christina, go.
If you're just going to go at random, you've got to tell us.
I forgot I'm in charge of this.
I went with Mon Mothma because all of her features are super elongated.
Which Mon Mothma?
The original Mon Mothma.
Okay. Because we have three of them. We
That
have
is
cartoon,
true.
we have prequels, and we have / Rogue One, and then original.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, with all of her features being super elongated, then with the super short hair, it shouldn't really work, but it did.
Talking like this.
You're
Go,
going-
Carrie.
Oh, I put for this one Emphas Nest. With
yes.
just with
That's
the
a fair choice.
freckles, like somehow it works. Yeah.
There you go. Ross.
For this one, I went with Zam the Assassin. Zam Wessel. Mostly
when
because...
she's not in her true form.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
Unless
He
you're
wants the
super
true
into-
form. He wants the true
Ross
form.
is really into gills and like, you know.
well, I think my
Lizard folk.
my make-out last time was 9 numb, so I mean... no, see, this one, I kind of went a little bit different with my unconventional because she can be whatever she wants. Or whatever you want.
Oh.
So,
I did consider her
unconventional
for multiple
and
categories
beautiful.
because of
There
that.
you go.
Yes.
But then I was like, no, I still feel like I'd be a little unsettled by the lizard underneath it all.
Yeah, because you know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not like, you know, what was the one spell in D&D where you just look different, you aren't
It's
physically
disguise
different,
self.
disguise self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not like that, I can probably get around it.
No, it looks more like a polymorph thing.
Yeah.
Where the physical is actually
Yeah.
changing. Chris, what was yours?
All right. I went in a different direction with this. I've got Ton Wei.
Oh,
Hey, you both
knew
who she was.
Yeah, she's the Kaminoan.
Yes, so when Obi-Wan lands on Kamino, he is greeted by Ton Wei. And I was just like, I mean, not attractive normally, but you didn't say attractive, you said beautiful.
Yeah.
Unconventionally beautiful.
give
And
you
the
that one.
Kaminoans are definitely
That's very
very
true.
graceful,
and
very
yeah,
elegant,
she's
very
graceful
beautiful.
and elegant looking. I
Those
totally
eyes
get
are
it.
crazy. I almost put her for best
Yes.
eyes.
Oh,
just
I
because
should have
of
thought
that.
of
That's a
that.
great
Prize.
one.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't think about that. That's
right.
Man,
It's
dang
not
it.
too late to change. No one will know.
It's
Except,
true.
well, I mean, as long as
Yeah.
Ross edits all that out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
so
no,
I went with her
she
for
is, and she looks like she has
unconventionally
great
beautiful.
skin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good choice. Chris.
Probably
That's a
very
good
well hydrated.
choice.
That's just, you know.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know
wanted
it's
to have at
smooth
least
as a
one
baby's
person on
bottom.
here that wasn't from our initial list.
Yeah.
That we all made, so.
Very good. Alrighty. Brain over brawn. Ross, let's hear it.
For me, this was Duchess Satine.
It's classic.
It's tough to beat, the leader of an entire planet /
She is.
senator / whatever.
And Anna
No,
Graves
she,
is fantastic, so there's that bonus.
she was never any sort of senator. She was just the leader
She's
of...
just the Duchess. Yeah, because they
Just.
were never a part. Yeah,
Yeah.
just. Some big fat air quotes around there. Yeah, no, but they weren't a part of the Republic, so she
right.
was not a senator.
Yeah.
Yep. Carrie.
I almost put Duchess Satine, and then I went with Mon Mothma.
Good one. Yeah, Chris.
I went with Rose Tico.
There you go. Both the Tico sisters. In
I
this
particularly
first
went.
match.
I particularly went with her because she is emotionally intelligent. One of the only emotionally intelligent people in Star Wars. And that endears her to me quite a lot.
Oh, there we go. I actually have Rose in a different category, surprisingly enough.
Well, and I got thinking about it too. I'm just like, seriously. I mean, Finn is just like, oh yeah, they're tracking us, and she's immediately like, well, that can't be possible. They'd have to be doing this, this, and this. And it's like she knows her, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like, who
that's
is
a
she?
good
She's just some
choice.
random
It's
mechanic.
solid.
Like, yeah. Go
Well,
smart.
she's also the one that Leia had doing, a breakdown of the new Star Destroyers. I mean,
Yeah.
that takes some intelligence to
I
actually
mean,
analyze
you don't
like
get
that,
homework
so.
in Star Wars unless you're really smart.
Yep. Christina, what about you?
I went with Kidel Coconics.
Ah. That is Billy Lord.
Billy Lord's
Yes.
character, that's right.
So,
BLT.
Yep. Oh, really? BLT?
No, the LT.
Oh,
like, as in
I
lieutenant.
said BLT. I'm like,
as
Billy Lord, did she get married?
No,
I didn't
no.
know, or-
The LT, as in
Gotcha.
lieutenant.
Yes, that's true. I went with Seventh Sister.
Oh, all right.
Because she definitely outthinks every other Inquisitor, and very often the crew of the Ghost. And she's a little bit like me. She enjoys letting her opponents know that she did in fact outsmart them. And I'm like,
And that's usually what leads to her failing.
well, as with me. But anyway, and she's voiced by Buffy, so there's that bit of attractiveness underlying it all.
Oh, is she?
So,
There you go.
I'd like to see her up against Second Sister. I realized today that's probably the reason why it wasn't Barriss that was in Jedi Fallen Order, because Second Sister, they already had a Mary Ellen, so they wouldn't have Barriss as this one.
yeah.
But they're very similar characters now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was our first batch, guys. It's time for Bed, Wed, Behead. Are you ready?
I'm scared.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this first one, guys. So, we have the Rancor, because it's a female Rancor.
True. That is true. It is.
We have Lady Proxima,
That's the
the worm thing
That's
from
the
Solo,
that's the Fagin, yeah, from Solo.
and we have Gardula the Hutt.
I almost put Zero on here as a joke.
Yeah.
It's like Zero's confused.
Yeah, for sure.
Zero can be on
He
here.
can go on either one.
Okay, I'll start. First thing I'm going to do is the beheading, which would be me.
Nope.
I got
There
it.
are no good options
All right.
here.
I'm gonna wed Gardula because Gardula is set up with a whole lot of cash.
Yeah.
She's flush.
You
So-
will live a comfortable life.
Exactly. If
Yeah,
I'm gonna wed
for
someone,
sure.
she's the obvious choice. Lady Proxima is small time. Gardula is big time in many ways.
I was just going to make that joke.
So then for the bed, I'm gonna go with Lady Proxima because I might survive that one at least. I'm gonna have to behead the Rancor because that doesn't seem like survivable bedding. Anyone disagree with my logic here?
Actually, I think
the Rancor is the easy choice for the behead because, again...
I would actually marry the Rancor
Same here.
because
Alright.
then you wouldn't have to worry about it killing you.
I don't have to worry about it killing me if it's beheaded either.
Then you'd have built-in protection.
I'm pretty sure Gardula can afford some
So then
protection.
who would you bed and behead then?
I would behead the Worm Lady,
Okay.
and I would bed the Hutt.
Gardula. Ooh.
see. I think I'm with
Same thing.
Yeah.
I'm with Chris on the wed the Hutt because of the same reasons you set up, and you don't. I mean, there are so many loveless marriages that can be just another one.
Yeah.
I
Taking
would
the
probably
coward's
The
way
main
out.
concern there is just finding a way to make yourself useful to Gardula, so
Yes.
she doesn't
Yes.
decide to. Nah, I'm
Yes.
done with this.
Yeah. I would behead Madame Proxima, because there is just nothing good coming out of that for bedding or wedding. I mean, it's just none of that's going to be okay. So that leaves bedding the Rancor, and in that case, it's just going to be like, you know what? Just eat me. just make it quick.
If you're gonna do that, start with that one then. Just bed the Rancor, be done with all of this.
I have a feeling that if you're the one bedding the Rancor, it's going to end like a Black Widow or a Praying Mantis where
Yeah.
you finish the job and then she's just like, well, thanks for
Snack
your
time.
service. Here you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, there we go.
Did we get carries?
Oh, mine was the exact same as Christina's for
Was it?
pretty much the same logic.
There we go.
It's no wonder you guys are friends.
Yeah.
Alrighty, here's our next batch here. Who's the bad girl? might not want to take her home to mom.
Bad girls,
Might get into trouble.
do. Come.
What are we thinking?
Well, I don't know who's.
I am going to. I'll start. I went with Stila Guerrera. A literal, actual political revolutionary. Good with a gun. I feel like it would be really pretty fun to be her SO.
I feel like your dad would be okay with that. Maybe not the political part, but the rest of it.
Oh yeah, the guns, yeah, for sure. Yeah, she'd get along well there. But like, I feel like we probably would break the law frequently. I mean, that's her shtick, is literally fighting the government. But I'm just like, yeah, I think we could. She'd probably be down with some of my bad ideas. You know, yeah. So there we go.
Yeah. This is Saw Gerrera's sister.
Saw Gerrera's sister. She's also really cute, so there's that. You know. Chris.
I went with Kira.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
I had her in there as well before Stila.
Yeah.
And then I realized I needed her in a different place.
Yeah, I did debate heavily on whether or not. I have another category where it's basically like, she's my real answer here, too.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kira could be, she gets honorable mention from me in this category.
Yeah.
But Ross, what about you?
I went with Jin.
Jin, there we go.
Trailer Jin, not movie Jin.
Yeah, I was going to say.
My mind went to like trailer park Jin, and I'm like, that might not be like missing some teeth, got the meth hair going on.
Alabama Jin. Yeah.
Oh boy. Christina, what about you?
Fennec Shand. Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Right.
Mandalorian. Mina Ren from the Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mina Wen.
I did consider her as well.
Yeah, she was up for consideration for me too. And also, really attractive. So I feel like she'd be a little bit more scary, though, than, like, Stila. Like, I'd be a little bit afraid to disagree with whatever bad idea she had because she'd just, like, snap me, you know?
This is the one you kiss with the eyes open so you can watch and make sure she doesn't stab you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes her the bad girl.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's a good choice. Good choice. Oh, boy. Carrie.
This is where I put Val. Woody Harrelson's
Oh,
wife.
yeah! I completely forgot about her. Dang it!
I considered her,
thought
too. I was
really
I need to put
thorough.
Val somewhere and forgot.
Dang it. Can't believe I missed that one. I was going through all the movies in my head, scene by scene. I missed it. Dang it. Sorry, I've got like a full page of women here, and I didn't have her on it, honestly.
You did have several women on it.
Yeah.
I know. Well, yeah, anyway. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find a comprehensive list of all the women in Star Wars. I looked.
I believe you.
Ugh, boy.
We've probably got the most thorough one right now.
Yeah, actually.
I bet we do, honestly.
Once we add Val and
Yeah.
A couple others.
a couple
Yeah.
of Conway.
Yep, okay. Best sense of humor. This is the other hard one we were talking about earlier. I put Sabine Wren in
So
here.
did I!
Yeah, but it's like, really though, like
does
the
have a good
goat,
sense
like
of humor.
Rebels had the most like funny moments for women, but it was all the sassy snark stuff, which I love, so it's okay. And Sabine is quite pretty, so I get a little crush on Sabine.
Fair enough.
And so, we'll do Carrie. We'll finish the girls. Christina already jumped in.
So I put Pelly, the repair lady, but yeah, there's just not enough funny people. So
Yeah.
she really was only in there by association because I thought it was funny when
She
the
may
droids were
actually
cheating.
be a good fit for this one because it doesn't have anything to do with their
Yeah.
hotness. It's just
She
Yeah.
wasn't hot. She wasn't terribly funny. But the
Yeah, that's
droids
the
she
thing,
was
is I
playing
didn't find her
cards
that
with,
funny either, so.
they were funny, and she was sitting next to them, so that was like, okay, I'll call that close enough.
yeah. All right, Ross.
This is where I put Val, actually.
Okay.
Because when Carrie brought her up, and I was like, oh, yeah. She had a good sense of humor. So she was giving
So you just
Woody a
put her
hard
there?
time. No, not just
Oh,
now.
okay,
This
okay.
was. I actually did choose this before. Yeah, no. But
Chris.
I put Leia. Well, Leia's got a pretty dang
She
good
does.
sense of humor. Anyone
same
anyone who
snarky-
can be reunited with their long lost brother after years
And
just
after kissing him.
and after getting kissed on the
Oh,
forehead
yeah.
by him and go, it's like, I know what you're gonna say. I changed my
that
hair.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was delightful.
Yeah.
She's funny.
That's a good moment.
She's
That's a
quite
good
funny.
choice.
Yeah.
Oh man, who would make the best mother? Christina.
Bru Lars.
Yeah, I went with Aunt Beru as well.
me too.
Oh, okay.
So it's just you and me, Carrie.
Well, I almost put her, but I went with Shmi.
Another good choice.
Yeah.
I went
Close
with
second for me.
Omera from The Mandalorian.
Good choice.
Yep.
I have Omera in the next category.
Ah.
Best wife. Because she's really pretty. She clearly is a good mom. You know, like she cares a lot for her kids. And I'm like, and hey, she's single.
Well, and she's also
That's not usually a good trait in a wife. If she's single,
Well, she's
that
single
means...
right now, you know. I can pick her up.
I also put Omera because also she has the grit to kind of actually get things done.
Yeah,
and
she can. Yeah. Exactly.
Hmm.
I'm with you, Ross. She's shown that she can. She's got what it takes to get through, to raise a family, even in pretty hard circumstances. So, and she's got wits about her too, like thinking to jump into the pool and cover herself with a basket instead of running away.
Yeah.
Like, that's thinking on your feet, woman.
It's true.
Very good. Yeah, Christina.
This is where I put Shmi Skywalker.
Oh,
She was a slave, yes, but I mean, she was freed.
Clearly did.
Yeah, he was like,
clearly
"Hey, you'd make a
enraptured.
great wife. Let's do this. You're free."
yeah, it's a good one. Okay.
This is where I put Aunt Beru. So this is where we swapped them. Because really, Beru makes the best wife because she puts up with so much crap from old cranky Uncle Owen.
You
Yeah.
can tell they've been married a long time. Where he's like all complaining, and she's like, "That's nice, dear." You know, like,
She's so patient, and he's just so get off my lawn kind of guy.
like when he comes in, he's like, "Wow, where's Luke? Have you seen Luke at all?" And she's like, "Oh, I think he went out to he said he had some stuff to do." Like you can tell she's just like, "Oh dear," you know.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Carrie. Okay.
All right.
Most
I still got
chiseled
mine.
jaw.
I still got mine.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where
I'm
I was waiting because you're all wrong,
Okay.
and you're all wrong. There's only one correct answer to this, and it's Harrison Dula. So,
I had her as best mom for a little bit. And then
no,
I had her
this is
somewhere
best
else.
wife.
Best wife.
Oh, best
Yes.
wife. Yeah.
And frankly, Harrison Dula is the answer to like 90% of these questions.
Yes. She's amazing.
You're just all wrong about everything.
Yeah. No, I did have her here first, and then the necessity of needing someone funny
Good. You're
had
forgetting.
her pulled away. Because she is. I was like, she is totally the mom to everyone on The Ghost, including Kanan sometimes. You know, and yeah, she's
I
fantastic.
had her in this one originally, but I needed her somewhere else.
Yeah. All right.
She was actually one of the first ones when I sat down with this list. I was just like, well, all right, we'll put Hera here, and then we can fill in the rest.
Yeah. Most chiseled jawline. A repeat from last year's category.
We're being fair.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, are we going to change this most chiseled jawline?" I'm like, "No, you need to find a girl out there in Star Wars with the most chiseled jawline." So naturally, I went with Keira Knightley's Sabe, because Keira Knightley has cheekbones you could cut cheese on, and
That's true.
and they're gorgeous. It really works on her. She's pretty, and she has a really great jawline. So yeah, Keira Knightley, definitely the most chiseled jawline.
I would like to point out that you did cheekbones and not jawline.
Well, she does. She has a really well-defined jawline.
It's true. She does.
It's nearly as sharp as her cheekbones. So she, that's one thing too about Keira Knightley. Like, she has a really angular face, but it really works on her. True. Had a crush on her since Pirates of the Caribbean. Chris, go ahead.
I cheated.
Oops, sorry.
I put someone down for this and then realized, oh wait, they're not in the movies or shows anywhere. I thought they were. I went with Ninth Sister.
Ooh.
She's games, right? She's
She's originally from the comics, and she showed up in Fallen Order. Yes,
She's the big hulking.
she's the one
Yeah,
with the enormous
So
horns coming out of
she's
her
the
chin. Yes,
female.
Yes.
So in Force Awakens, there's the big, huge hulking guy that the First Order spy
is cuddled up to.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, Ninth Sister is the female of that species.
Yes, so she has a pair of enormous horns on her chin.
Yeah, like
She has
tusks
the
almost,
only
like-
jawline with which you could chisel.
That is you definitely true. Definite. Ross.
This is where I put L3.
Okay.
Obviously, I mean, come
No,
on.
that's fair.
I literally chiseled the jawline.
I think that's what I did last year. Actually,
Yeah.
it was with one of the
One of the droids.
I went with Captain Phasma. Again, a literal chiseled jawline. Even though it's rounded, it's not going anywhere.
I mean, that's because she has her helmet on all the time, but...
Exactly.
Christina did ask me,
That's
she's
what
like...
I'm talking about. It's the chiseled
Christina
helmet.
said, does Phasma ever take her helmet off? Do we ever see her face in the movies? And I said, nope, we see part of an eye once. And she's like, okay, and then starts writing something down. So, there we go.
I also had Captain Phasma. Yeah, it's that helmet. Very chiseled.
There you go.
Because, not Brienne of Tarth, what the heck is the actual actor's name?
Gwendolyn Christie.
Yeah,
Gwendolyn Christie.
There we go.
She has a very round face.
Yes.
Gwendolyn Christie couldn't win this category if she were the only woman on Earth. But Captain Phasma, who only wears a helmet ever, whose helmet must be like that because you shaped like that.
Sure.
She could do it, yeah.
You ever see that comic about the Mandalorian taking his helmet off and it's all squished in the cheeks?
That's great. Oh, man. And you did yours, right, Carrie? Mm-hmm. Okay. Where are we at? Oh! It's time for a Wed Bed Behead. That's correct. Okay. So, Wed Bed Behead. Kira.
Oh, interjection. Actually, last year I went with Poe for most chiseled jawline.
Oh, that's a good choice. He should be in every category.
It's true. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Start
that over, 'cause I've
Poe
already forgot what
Dameron
you
is
said.
actually my first choice in all of these categories today. It's just, the women fighting for second place. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Wed Bed Behead, Kira, Jyn Erso, Leia. A different sort of difficulty here.
Nah. I would wed Leia. Bed Kira. Behead Jyn,
Seems
because
like it'd be
she's too boring to be
wild.
interested in either of the other categories. I considered wedding Kira, but that seems like a risky idea.
Yeah, I was going to think the same. So I'm with Chris on those.
I think I'd probably have to end up agreeing with you, but kind of want to marry Kira.
No, I would pick the same, where Kira could show me a good time. I don't think she'd murder me. Kira.
Kira. Oh, okay.
Kira, yeah.
You don't have to mispronounce it the way Chris does. He just does it out of hatred. Not
Spite.
hatred. Yeah. Oh, boy.
And then
Stubbornness.
Jin's got a short life, so she might as well be beheaded. And so,
That was my thinking as well.
That's harsh.
so then I'm left with Leia. She's the good guy. She's gonna last.
Okay. See, I was thinking strictly like sex appeal or physicalness. I'm like, those are like tier 1 hotties in Star Wars. Okay, well, next bit here. Here's where, ladies, you gotta step it up. Okay. We're looking for comments like we got last year. The raw physicality in this category here, this next batch. Sexiest voice. I went with Shock T from the Clone Wars.
Okay.
Oh,
She has a
from the cartoon.
really smooth, smoky voice that is just...
I don't think I've seen any of her episodes yet.
Yeah, she... Most notably, the Rookie episodes where it goes back,
Oh,
flashback to the
yeah, I
training
did
and
see
stuff, and we
those.
see her talking a lot in there.
Yeah, I have no
It's
memory of this.
beautiful.
I have no memory.
It's just great. Yeah, it's really great. And also, Shakti's pretty, and I wanted to have her on my list somewhere. So, I don't know, man. Like that red skin with like the black and blue, or the blue and white
Sure.
Montrals. It's a hot combo.
Sure.
Go, Chris, go.
I put the Armorer from The Mandalorian because
That's a good one.
that's literally the only thing I know
Yeah.
about her.
Yeah, sure.
I went with.
Although I do have Satine as a runner-up.
I went with older Ahsoka, Rebels Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
a good choice. I have Ahsoka somewhere else. Otherwise, like
Well,
Ahsoka for
we
me
have
could
two
been in a lot
Ahsokas,
of these.
so-
That's true. We do have 2 Ahsokas.
Isn't the first one underage?
Yeah,
That
that's
doesn't
why.
mean she can't have a great voice.
Yeah.
There are a couple here where you can put an underage one. I mean, you put Sabine in yours earlier,
I've
so...
got Tam Rivora too, or Toradoza. So
Honestly,
she's like
I-
16.
I stayed away from all
Yeah.
the young ones just because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I
so.
did
Yeah.
that with a couple of them. I was like, well, we can't put you there in half of this list.
Your age is ambiguous, so we're gonna stay away.
Yeah. Alrighty. Ross, what about you?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I went with Duchess Satine.
Yep.
So
Good choice.
So did I.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you're like...
She does have such an elegant voice.
And she speaks so officially and slowly
Yeah, she
and cautiously.
enunciates
Those of you
well.
who are curious what she sounds like, just wait till the end of the episode.
Yep, she does our outro.
That's right.
Anna Graves.
Yep,
Yeah.
she is so great.
Okay, can't you just picture her voice being one that, like, you call into a naughty line and she's going, hello there. And she's the one that taught Obi-Wan that.
I love that headcanon so
Duchess Satine
much.
moonlighting as
Yeah, the Obi-Wan calls her and she's like, hello there. Like,
Satine? Obi-Wan? Click.
Yoda comes in. What was that? Nothing. Oh, wow. Wow, that was great. Okay, best hair. This is a hard one because my first thought, of course, was Padme. And then I was like, oh, well, we can go with... And then I needed Padme somewhere else. And then I put somebody else in here. And then I realized there was another Padme because we have live-action Padme and we have Clone Wars Padme. So I
Yeah.
could have used her twice. But then I was like, oh, I'll leave my second choice in here, which was Satine Kreitz. Duchess Satine. Because she also has great hair. Whether it's all...
Yeah, when you can see it under the
Yeah, well, so
lily
sometimes
crown.
she has, like this big elaborate crown, but there's other times where it's just like pulled back in a bun and it still looks really pretty. Like
She's blonde, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I'm remembering it right.
Ross is like, I can't even picture her hair.
Yeah, no, really, that was meant to make sure.
Yeah.
She's white, isn't she? Black? I got nothing.
Yeah, so it's... I mean, she's clearly modeled
I
on
don't see the
Padme
world
as
through
far
that
as-
filter, Chris.
Well, good for you, Ross.
Thanks.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Oh, Emphas Nest. All the way.
That's a pretty impressive mane she has.
Yes.
Yeah. I once... So, funny story. One time... No, this is totally appropriate. Totally appropriate. So when I was in Italy, there was a girl there that we worked with who had just an absolute lion's mane of curly hair, just like Emphas Nest. It was so wide. So in Italy, especially the older houses, like the doors are a lot narrower than we have here in America.
Mm-hmm.
She literally would have to turn sideways and shuffle through a door, or her hair would like totally brush both sides of the door.
That's awesome.
Like it was unreal. I'd never seen anything like that before. And she had a great singing voice.
Well, there you go.
Hi, Shelley, if you're listening, which you never will because I don't think you like Star Wars.
It is a fairly... Our podcast is fairly specific in the taste we are catering to.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
My pick is Padme, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Because even she gets all done up as the queen, but also her hairstyles when she's...
rolling around in the grass with a fat cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and then
Well, that's...
the
I was going to say,
animated
that's not nice to hate in Christensen.
Oh, man. Go, Christina.
I went with Leia Organa because
Oh, yeah.
I approached this as a hairdresser. What is something that is elegant, beautiful, and I could actually do it myself? So that's why I went with Leia.
You can do the Cinnabons by yourself?
Heck yes.
They look like they'd be difficult. I don't know. I did consider
she has
Rey
done them
just because
before.
I was like, I'm impressed that someone scavenging out in the desert is going to go to the trouble of doing this big 3-bob thing instead of just pulling it back in just a simple bun.
Yeah.
That's putting some effort in.
No, I have actually done the cinnamon bun rolls on the twins.
Huh, there you go.
simple hairstyle, but I put Haldo because she can really rock that purple.
The purple and the halo. I mean,
Yeah,
not many people got the guts to walk around with the
with an
halo.
actual halo. Yeah,
It's like,
that's fair. That's fair. All right, best eyes. This is one where
this was easy.
this was easy for me. First person, never changed. Jyn Erso.
Oh, really?
Those long eyelashes, big green eyes, just beautiful. I love her
Oh,
eyes.
fair. She's got good eyes.
Yeah.
Best Eyes was one of the last ones that I picked.
Oh,
So
really?
I had a hard time with it. I actually ended up going with Iden Versio
Oh.
from Battlefront.
okay.
We just went through and watched all the cutscenes carrying.
Yeah.
So
Because you wanted to enjoy a really lame story?
because it's strangely a lot of the new canon is hinging off of that story and other things in it. So you just got to watch it now. So
Ugh. Chris, what about you?
Zori Bliss.
Heck yes! It's the
Yeah.
only thing you see of her is her
It's all
eyes.
she's got.
I take it that was your choice, Christina?
Yes, it was.
Although, as
She
my
does have
runner-up,
beautiful eyes, though, and her eyelashes are also, like, crazy impressive.
yes.
Just beautiful. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they really went to work on those since they were showing, since they really didn't want people to, feel to judge Carrie Russell's age and be like, "Oh, is she too old for Poe? This isn't appropriate."
Nobody is too old for Poe.
Nobody is. They're actually like 2 years apart. I think we went over this, but
not only
I'm like
that,
90% sure that's why they
but
didn't show more
also,
of her. Is because they
Poe
were
could bed
ageist.
any woman he wants, and it would be her honor and privilege.
Any man too.
I'm here for that. All right.
Which is why I was very disappointed that Kyler did not have best beard on this list, because I would have put Zori Bliss there. Anyway, Carrie.
I put Maz.
I almost put Maz.
With the
She was my
glasses,
runner-up, yeah.
She's got some nice, classic crow's feet around her eyes even when she's not wearing the glasses, but glasses makes it cool.
Yep.
There you go. Here's the category I am most nervous to answer.
I'm not
Start
even.
with the girls then.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I'm not even slightly nervous to answer. This,
Go, Carrie,
this
go.
was very obvious for me. So.
Okay, this one was obvious for
Okay,
me
should we tell
because
them what the category is?
Oh, yeah. The category is best body.
best body. I went with the body I would want, so I went with Rey.
Oh, all right.
She's very strong. She's very fit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Ayla Sakura because, she has a nice body, but she's super fit also.
I love you so much.
was that your choice as well?
So, there are many Star Wars ladies that could fill this category. Slave Leia could have gone here, right? Rey could easily go here. Absolutely fine choice. Hera, I even thought about in this choice. Sabine, for sure. Lots of Poe, obviously. That goes without saying.
Yep.
But I was looking. Okay, so my search history. Be careful when you search.
Yeah, this
Oh, yes. Be very
Hot ladies
careful.
of Star Wars, because the results may not be exactly what you're looking for.
I did hesitate. I was like, I just typed in
Yeah.
best body, and then I was just like, am I gonna? We'll do a trial run here. Nope, that was a mistake. Okay, never mind.
Lots of cosplay for about half a page on Google, and then it's no longer safe for work. So
I'm impressed
backing
you
out
made
of
it that
that,
far.
yeah. So backing out of that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to Google the names of characters, and we'll just see what the first page of Google Images brings up. So that's why yesterday I had Slave Leia and Ayla Sakura up on my computer.
Yeah, every time I looked over, I'm like, oh, jeez.
Sure, Kylie.
So I was looking
sure.
at different pictures, and Ayla Sakura, and there were several from the Clone Wars. So Ayla Sakura is the blue Twi'lek that we see get gunned down in Episode 3, underneath some big, pitcher
brightly colored
plant,
fungus.
on,
Yeah.
on Felucia. So I've always thought she was super hot, but her her Clone Wars animators decided to slightly accentuate different features of her.
Her ear nubs.
Yes, her Leku. They gave her a slightly more hourglass figure than is probably possible. It's not Asajj Ventress.
This is actually why I didn't consider any of the animated ones, because
Yeah.
I was just like, they're not real.
So it's not like Asajj Ventress where you could literally thumb and middle finger around her waist.
Yeah.
But it's like it might be possible to achieve that waistline, but you'd have to really work for it, and she clearly worked for it, And they gave her a really toned stomach, but without a ripped six pack or something like that. And they made 2 other prominent parts slightly more perky. And
Her eyes. Very
yes,
perky
her
eyes. Very perky
And
eyes.
I was just like, I never noticed that before. Well done. That's the clincher right there. So because her outfit is tight pants and basically like a sports bra.
Yeah.
That is fairly low-necked. And hey, I was like, yeah, if that was a real person, I would enjoy that body a lot.
Alrighty then.
It's hard for me to look at my wife right now. Yeah. It's a little embarrassing.
It's only up from here, folks.
It makes me happy, though, that you also chose Ayla Sakura for Best Body. Hopefully there's some sort of agreement on the whys.
You know what? That's your free pass. If you ever meet Ayla Sakura.
Not the actress.
No,
Ayla
the
Sakura.
actual Ayla Sakura, yes.
Deal.
Alright. I went with Cara Dune.
Oh, that's a great show. I have her in a different place.
I do as well.
Although she could have easily gone there. I thought about it, too.
This
She
was
actually one of my
This was
people.
actually very tricky for me because I was sitting there and I was trying to picture any of the bodies of most of them, and I'm just like, I have no clear picture of most of these women's bodies. Huh. I guess I'll have to Google it. Oh, God. This is... Alright, well... And so, yeah, I started Googling them, and I kept going through all these women, and I'm just like, are these women healthy? Like, I'm worried for a lot of these women.
Yeah.
And then I found Gina Carano, and I was just like, there we go.
Yep.
that was a no-brainer once I looked at a picture of her, and I was just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
As we talked about in a previous show, those thighs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is...
Yeah.
That's
I just showed
impressive.
everyone a picture.
Yep.
You can go find your own picture of Gina Carano if you want to enjoy.
She's very attractive. And we'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Ross, embarrass yourself.
Last but not least. No.
Carrie, tell him it's okay so we can answer.
Go ahead, Ross.
Yeah, I know, right?
No,
That
not
did
like
not,
that.
That's just that did not make it sound okay.
Wondering how
Do you want me
comfortable.
to do it for you, Ross?
No, I've got it. I'm wondering how comfortable the couch is. No. See.
I have it a bit easier because my wife's not here because it's been a long week. So.
Yeah. There is only one who has inspired.
The Highlander.
No. There can be only one.
Well, I mean, therefore there is only one. But
No. In all of Star Wars, for all the years that it's been a thing, and all the conventions and all of the many different,
Calling it now.
maybe not even Star Wars related
Slave Leia.
things, there is only one that has been as often imitated and very seldomly done as well or better. That is the Slave Leia.
yes, I love how long he took to justify that. Like, yeah,
Yep.
My favorite was last Gen Con. There was a dude with a beard dressed up.
Oh,
as
yeah,
Slave
Yeah,
Leia.
you'll
I've
get
seen
those
those
It's
before,
fantastic.
yeah.
Yep.
That is true. Slave Leia.
I
has a
love
great
how
body.
Ross has to take the historical approach. Well, because of her historical
Because of her
influence,
historical
I'll take
value,
He
yes,
can't
this
just say Carrie Fisher in a gold bikini looks amazing. Because she does. She's fantastic.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay. Wipe the sweat off the brow.
Well, that was fun. Carrie, who was yours again?
Ray.
Ray. Oh, that's right. Okay. What about her body did you like?
If it's the body she wanted, that's what she
Oh,
said.
the body you
She
want.
said that.
That's right. Okay. Best smile. Okay, this is the one where I was like, there can be only one for me. And it's the Highlander. No. Because I thought of a smile in Star Wars, and I thought of the multiple times that we see Natalie Portman smile. Like episode 1 when she turns and smiles at Anakin, she looks stunningly beautiful. When she is smiling at Anakin inexplicably while he awkwardly flirts with her and she is smiling, that part doesn't make any sense. But her actual smile, I think she is just beautiful. She has a great smile.
I think it's an okay smile. I considered her, and it's just like, I feel like her smiles are often very teethy. they are
think
quite
she was
appropriate
really
for what
pretty.
the face you should have when you're trying to pretend to be okay with being around Anakin Skywalker. It's just this, oh great, yeah.
No, I think she has nice teeth. I think she's really.
Oh, her
pretty
teeth
when
are
she
great.
smiles.
Yeah, I have no problem with any of them, but it's just yeah.
Yeah. No, I think she's got a great smile. So, who did you pick then, Chris?
I picked Jyn Erso. I actually just went through a bunch of the leading ladies of Star Wars, looking at pictures, and I was just like, wow. Felicity Jones has a fantastic smile. So yeah,
She does too. Yeah, that's. This is one too where a lot of the leading ladies could have really
true story.
done it. So.
I don't think there are many not great smiles in the world.
Well, but like, because like Kira, Amelia Clark, she has a great smile.
my first thought when I was like,
Fisher.
okay, sit down. Who has a great smile? My first thought was actually Stephanie Beatriz Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I was like, she's got a good smile. I love when she
does.
smiles. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's true.
she's not in Star Wars. Sadly, Lucasfilm.
Yet, maybe.
Maybe.
It's always next year.
Yeah.
I went with Cara Dune on this one.
No, Gina Carano does have a good
So
smile.
normally when I think about like Gina Carano in this context, I'm always just like, no, don't hurt me. You know, be gentle.
Yes.
Really? Because I'm more like, you can hurt me.
I've got her in a different category for that.
But then when you see her smile, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
So
And then she stops smiling and the fear returns.
yes, yes.
She's like, oh, I'm smiling at you. Oh, that's nice. But don't forget, I will break you.
I do get very Bane vibes.
Yeah. Who did you pick, Christina?
I went with Rey Palpatine Skywalker.
Oh, gag me. Gag me with a spoon, Mrs.
I did that
Henderson.
just for you.
Ugh. Yeah. Okay, so your choice is fine. Ray is fine. The name, though, it just... Ugh. Sorry, almost threw up a little bit. Okay, go, Carrie.
I went with Lady Proxima. Because even when she's not smiling, she's still got a toothy grin.
There you go.
That's fair.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, are we ready for some more Bedwed Behead?
Of course we are.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. So here we have Sinara San from Star Wars Resistance. She's the purple Mirialian who was a pirate and then
The one
is
with the
repenting
diamonds
of
on
her
her head.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's Xion, the purple Twi'lek from Mando.
Okay.
Xion.
Scary
whatever,
one.
yeah. And and then I wanted to do a theme here. Aura Singh.
Ah, yeah.
Remind me, RSA.
Aura Singh, she's the white-skinned
Pale,
sniper from Clone Wars.
With
She's
the big top knot and
hangs
the
out with
antenna
Boba.
that comes out of her head.
Yeah, there we go.
Intense. Also, one of the scary thinnest women in Star Wars.
Yes. I think that's a species thing, though. Like
Yeah,
they're
no, sure, yeah,
really
but it's
cute,
just
so.
when I was looking up women, I was like, Aura Singh.
Yeah.
What does Aura Singh look like? Because in the cartoon, she's very skinny, but then I looked up her actress from Phantom Menace, and I was like, and that's why. All right.
Yeah. Slightly less skinny, but still
Yes.
quite skinny. Yeah.
All right. So we've got Xion, Aura Singh, and what was the first? Oh yeah, what's her name?
Sinara San.
Sinara San.
Not to be confused with her brother, Daniel San.
That was funnier than it should have been.
It's because I'm good.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to behead Xion,
Ooh. Yeah.
and I'm going to wed Sinara and bed Aura Singh.
That would be wild.
It'd be scary.
that would be an experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it'd be something.
Carrie, Christina, what are you guys thinking?
Those were mine as well.
Oh, really? Come on.
Yeah, mine is the same.
Okay, we need to not.
My
have Chris
logic
go
is
first.
unassailable.
Those were mine before he said anything.
That Twi'lek is freaking crazy.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
thing. I was like,
She needs to
I
be-
considered her
You don't
very.
like the bed,
I
though?
briefly
She
considered
might
her
cry.
for bed, and then I was like, she might bite me.
Yeah.
And I not only would that
No.
really hurt with those teeth, but also I'm pretty sure I'd get like rabies or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'd bite. I mean,
Oh yeah, she would.
Like, that's-
she would
yeah.
bite, and those teeth are scary.
Guys, I can't wait for this story I have coming up.
I feel like she's also someone that would probably get a little bit attached to that knife too. That knife would be
Yeah, she might
involved
do
somehow.
a lot of weird
Yeah,
stuff.
speaking of that, Kelsey, I hope you're listening
She's
to
clearly
this episode,
into
because I
some
have a story for
BDSM
you
stuff
later.
in an unhealthy way.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. Next batch of questions here.
Wait.
I'm gonna have to go with the same
Yep.
bed behead,
Yeah.
just because all of them are terrible choices. This would be one where I'd behead myself.
It's not a choice. All right. Best dressed. This is where Padme
I was gonna
had
say,
to go.
some people have already used Padme, so I'm not sure what they'll have. But
Here's
I
what I,
went with
put:
Padme Clone Wars edition.
Queen Amidala is who I put.
nice.
There you go. Christina, who'd you pick?
I went with Kira.
Oh, you know,
see, and I
that's
had
legit.
her here too earlier, and then
I
switched.
also went
That's
with Kira.
yeah. So Kira
Mainly
was
because
here.
she's wearing Lando's cape, and I had Lando in my.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't we all have Lando for this
Yeah, I
last
think
time?
so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had Kira here, but then I wanted her really bad in a different category, and then that's when I realized, wait, there's another Padme. There's Clone Wars Padme that I can use. Okay,
Tyler
so there we
wanted
go.
Kira really bad.
You're not wrong. Okay, best wingman romantically. For me, here's where I put Rose Tico. So if she knows, like, so this is presuming that we're in a friend relationship, that Rose is not attracted to me, but she's my buddy, and she seems like she would be really, really enthusiastic about finding you a good woman and, like, talking you up, like...
I did consider her for this. I
Like,
agree.
can you imagine if, like, so Finn and her are not interested, and Finn is like, boy, Ray, you know, like, that's, like, really who I want or whatever. You know Rose would be like, dang, okay, I'm not interested in you, Finn, but Ray, listen, Finn is a great guy. Like, she would be so there to help make that happen. So I'm like, she would be a great romantic wingman.
See, I agree with Rose, but also because she's such a ray of sunshine. She would
Yeah.
be the one that's also, like, bolstering you. You can do it. You know, it's
for
totally
sure.
something she
would
would say.
be so great.
Okay,
Yeah.
but guys,
so was Rose your pick, Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. High five.
You're missing out though that she's only going to be your best wingman after she kisses you first, and then you have to wait for Rise of
That's
Skywalker.
Yeah, bonus!
Hit it and quit it.
Terrible logic.
Yeah, no, so who's your choice then, Carrie?
Oh, I went with Sabe. I worked
Okay.
Yeah.
through so many people.
The ultimate Star Wars wing woman.
She's not gonna get in my way of
She-
what
not
who
only
I'm
that,
pursuing.
she's gonna take your place so that you can sneak out and go have a romantic tryst. Like, she is on your side.
That's fair. That's
Yep.
a good choice. Corday would also work there. probably.
Yes, all of the handmaidens, but Sabe was the most. We buy this is actually the Padme
Yeah.
because she and Natalie Portman are
Uncannily look-
similar.
Yeah. Mhm. Who'd you pick, Christina?
I picked Jyn Erso simply because she came from a broken home, and so she would want to make sure that her friends.
She did not come from a broken home.
Hello. She was a child who was separated from her mother and watched her mother
well,
die.
Okay, so there's that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's
Not the
everybody.
traditional
before that,
broken,
though,
but yeah.
before that though, like her parents like super duper loved each other and were like all about.
The home
each
still
other.
Yes.
broke at a very young
Yes,
age.
Yeah, that's
but her
true.
house
Okay,
still
yeah.
broke at a young age.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one.
And
forgot
I think
lost her
she
parents.
would want people to experience happiness and would do everything she could to get people together
Okay.
before she died.
She's not on time crunch. She'd get a lot of work done in a slow, in that time she has. All right, who's your best wingman? Literally, as in a fighter pilot. Who's got your back when you're out there shooting down the baddies?
Harrison Dula.
Also Hera.
I considered her for
I
this.
had
but
Hera
wanted
here
her
first,
elsewhere.
as well.
and then I
Yeah.
had to put her elsewhere.
I put Toradoza for this one.
It's a good call.
I feel like she'd be
Good
good.
call. Ross?
Shakti. Can't beat a Jedi Master.
I mean,
Unless you're
apparently you
Plo
can.
Koon, there's a couple of clones behind you.
Yeah,
Still.
I went with Tam Rivora, also from
I also
Resistance.
considered Tam, and I was just
There's-
like, I don't know enough about these two, so,
There was
Tora, Tam, whoever.
one of the better episodes of Resistance is her actually doing some flight training in TIE fighters where they have to go out and as a group and shoot down some things, and one of her compatriots, his TIE gets clipped or accidentally gets shot or something like that, but it's basically spinning out of control and it's going to careen and crash into their Star Destroyer in a fiery mess. And she, in her unshielded TIE fighter, manages to nudge him and basically hook her TIE fighter on his and nudge him out of the way so he's off the collision course. In a TIE fighter, which are not known for, their stability
Strength.
after even light brushes with anything.
Yeah. All right.
And so I'm going,
changed my
hey,
answer.
she's willing to,
I considered
to put
both of them,
herself
but I
on
just
the
had no
line,
context,
so,
not
yeah.
having seen the show, and I was just like, I think they're both good pilots, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
So never mind. I changed.
So
my
there
answer.
we go. That was mine.
Tam.
It was Tam Rivora.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the category.
Wait,
I can't wait to talk
Ross.
about. Oh, Ross. Yeah.
Oh no, you did.
That was
Shakti.
Shakti, yeah.
Cool. Yep.
I can't wait to talk about this one. This is one of my biggest Star Wars crushes. Most seductive villain. There's no
yeah.
I think we
question.
all picked the same one.
No,
It's
we did not.
Asajj Ventress all
not
the
Asajj.
way.
Asajj is
I
creepy and
did
way
put
too creepy.
Ventress.
I
did.
put Ventress as well.
Yeah, Ventress is
Her-
not sexy at all.
Oh no!
No.
Listen to her
creep-
talk. Is it Obi-Wan? She's like halfway
Not
to Gollum.
attractive, just seductive.
When
That's not
she-
seductive at all.
Oh no, she totally is.
Have
When
you ever
she
tried?
kisses
Have you
that
ever
clone,
had someone that is completely unattractive try and be seductive? It works in the opposite direction.
I don't find her completely unattractive.
she is.
She's kind of rapey.
Yeah.
The whole kiss thing that you were just talking about, that's
The
not cool.
it turned me on a little bit.
I
It is
really doubt it
so
turned him on a
seductive.
little bit. I think he
And-
was pretty occupied with. Oh my gosh!
No, and then like
And she's
2 seconds
kissing me.
later-
What the F is
and
going
2
on?
seconds later, when Grievous shows up and he's like, trying to intimidate her, and she like caresses Grievous's face, and she's like, oh, but there's nothing you have that I want, and I'm like, oh, power move, you're
Yeah.
so hot. No, yeah, Ventress all the way for me. I think she's super hot. Oh man, yeah, and she has super full lips. Like, I would want to kiss that. I totally would. No, she'd be fun to kiss for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with Russ on this one.
No.
I
So
don't
who'd
find.
you pick then?
Who'd you do, Russ?
I actually did Second Sister.
I did Seventh Sister because Second Sister was in the video games and stuff, and I'd already cheated that once. But
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
No, I totally just threw it because
so
video games
second,
are...
Second Sister is
Okay,
just
yeah,
Seventh
yeah, gotcha.
Sister, but made more sexy because it's for Fallen Order
Yep.
video game.
Gotcha.
Same way that they made their soul.
See, and Seventh Sister is a close second for this.
Yeah.
She's got a really pretty voice. She has a nice body.
Yeah. She's less unsettling than Asajj, so should that nudged
Yeah.
her up.
Asajj.
Also smarter than Ventress, and so that nudged her up as well. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, it's Fallen Order just took all of its characters and it's like, what if we made more sexy versions of these though?
I would
And
like to debate you on that someday.
well, at least the females, but I mean, I haven't seen much of them, so I'd have to go through. But
yeah.
And you two ladies also were backing me up with Ventress?
Yes.
Right on. Okay. Best cuddle. Big Spoon. So who is cuddling you? You are the one
they are behind
being
you,
cuddled.
and they are the
Yep,
big spoon.
They come cuddle up behind you. You're the little spoon. Their hand or their arm is over you. Their leg is over your
Yeah,
legs.
yeah.
You're the little spoon. For me, here's where Cara Dune went.
Yeah, I
This was my
consider.
Cara Dune as well.
I
Because I'm
considered
like,
her.
she can and would have her way with me. It would just be like, no, you're gonna bend this way. Okay,
we're
I'm
just
gonna
cuddling.
bend that
We're
way.
not having
no,
ways.
No, I know. No, I know. But like, whatever way we're gonna cuddle, she's the
But see,
decider.
that's the thing. Is like if you're uncomfortable, there's no give or take there.
yeah, she's and she like
The way you're
So,
describing it, at least.
she has a strong body. Like she has nice strong arms, strong legs. Like it would be an excellent cuddle. Like she would wrap you in her limbs and just squeeze you and hold you tight, and it'd be magnificent.
And before long, you're asleep.
Yeah. Cut to black. Exactly.
Never to wake up again. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a theme out of the things that Kyler seems to be into.
You're not wrong.
So-
You're not wrong.
No, she would be an excellent person to cuddle me. Like I'm a big guy, so it would need a big, strong woman to.
I mean, I don't disagree with your
satisfactorily cuddle me.
reasoning there. That is
Yeah.
why I chose Brienne of I mean, Gwendolyn. I mean,
That's another.
Captain Phasma.
That's a good choice too. Yeah, if you could convince her to cuddle, that would be the.
I'm assuming that if
Yeah.
we are cuddling, she's into it.
Yeah, that would be. That's a little scary to think about. Like Phasma comes to your room, like,
Yeah.
listen, roll over.
Not gonna
I'm
lie,
cuddle
this is
you."
mainly based on the fact that it's Gwendolyn Christie, not on not on.
Stays in her armor, doesn't take the helmet
Captain
off.
Phasma. That would make me feel safer. So we can work with that.
Oh my goodness, Ross, who are you picking?
I actually went with Zori Bliss on this one. Because, so I figure if I'm going to be the little spoon, the big spoon should be kind of quilt-like. Just needs to be warm and soft and Zori's the
She's
Rise
the
of
beard,
Skywalker.
Poe's
the beard
ex-girlfriend.
for
You
Poe.
only see the
Eyes
the
only.
Power
Yeah.
Ranger.
Yeah,
From,
Poe's beard.
How is she quilt like?
That's what
She
I was
just-
wondering.
Because I mean,
Her
she's not
outfit,
like
I guess.
the chiseled, Cara Dunes or anything. So it'd just be a nice,
Except her
nice,
helmet, pretty
comfortable.
chiseled.
And with that
That
logic,
helmet wouldn't be
why
there.
not take Enfys Nest? That hair, that would keep you warm.
I did
Also
consider her
looks
for that.
ambiguously young, and hair is a little bit much.
Oh, all right. The ambiguously young, I'll give you that one.
Enfys Nest can only work as the big spoon because if you got her as the little spoon, you can't breathe.
That's true. That is very true. Oh
Okay.
man.
I picked a big
Trust
spoon.
me, my wife knows about this from experience, from when my hair was that long.
I picked a big spoon that I thought you guys would have taken too because I thought it was obvious. Older Ahsoka, because then I don't just have an arm and a leg over me. She can put her head tail over me too.
Montrals.
See, and that would be weird.
Or the
I'd
Leku.
get too many like mind flare vibes.
Oh, I'd just
You
be
know.
like extra cuddled.
I've only
Leave my
watched
brain
like
alone.
4 episodes of Rebels Ahsoka, and so yeah, I can't really quite
little-
get my head
yeah.
around that version of Ahsoka.
Yeah, a little
No.
young for Clone Wars.
Ahsoka's still a teenager in my head.
Yeah, I definitely can't pick young Ahsoka
No,
because that's
no.
just that's
Also,
creepy.
that would be super bony and uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's a pretty thin
She's gangly.
kid. Yeah. All right, Christina, who'd you pick?
Cara Dune.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Okay. Yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah. Okay, and then the little spoon. Who are you cuddling?
I had trouble with this one. I didn't really have anyone that I was like quite as obvious as Wicket W. Warwick from last year.
It was such a good, perfect choice.
All
yeah.
right, yeah.
And then you get cuddled by Chewie.
Yeah.
It was great last
I
year.
went with Lieutenant Connix. I felt like I
Good
feel
choice.
like she's
I
probably
think
a decent
she would
cuddler.
be a good
yeah.
cuddler. Yeah.
I was the same.
Hey, yeah, there we
It's
go.
a good choice.
Validation.
I went with Rose.
Yeah,
Rose
I
would also
considered
be-
Rose too.
She'd be super into a good cuddle, I think.
Okay, this is where I would have picked Maz, except I already had her for another category.
Yeah.
And Rose, I hate her character so much. I went with her sister Paige, just in the hopes that
It's a good choice.
she's someone I would like better because I just didn't like Rose at all.
Rose is the best.
Well,
don't
and
have to
Paige
talk
dies
while
so
you
early.
cuddle.
Paige dies so early. I can assume she's a good person.
You
or
just fill in
something,
whatever
yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
Sure. That's healthy.
This category is where I really wanted Kira. After looking at her pictures for best dressed and stuff,
I also did consider she's my runner-up / actual answer for most seductive villain. By the way,
she was also in there for me as well. But yeah, I was like, she's really, really pretty. She's got that whole type for me, the long brown hair, big eyes.
it's perfect.
I would want to cuddle that. It'd be kind of like cuddling Christina. So there we go. All right. One of my favorite questions. And I have to go last because I have a story.
Oh my!
Who do you just want to mug down with? Who do you want to just, throw up against the wall and shove your tongue down their throat? You want to make out with this person big time.
Snog.
Also,
Yes.
obviously the answer's Poe Dameron, but he was last year's, so,
I think we need the ladies to go first.
All right, ladies.
I picked Cara Dune. She might be pushing me up against the wall. I don't know
Oh,
if I can push her up
she
against
for
the
sure
wall.
would.
Yeah, probably.
It would
You'd be
be
like,
both.
hey, Kara, and she'd be like, yep, here
Yep.
we go. Yeah, there it is.
It'd be passionate and scary.
Yeah, it'd be, yeah.
I went with Padme just because she's gorgeous.
Yeah, that'll be a notch on your bedpost. I made out with Padme. Mm-hmm. To quote the Bad Batch from the unfinished episodes, and hopefully in the soon-to-be finished episodes, she can negotiate with me anytime.
Oh my!
My favorite line in all of Star Wars. It's so funny. Oh, good. Bless you, Dave Filoni.
This one, you guys are gonna be surprised at this one. You're gonna like this.
Oh.
I went with Night Sister Marin on this one, who is the Night Sister from
Oh
Jedi
yeah,
Fallen
from
Order.
Fallen Order. Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know who she looks
yeah,
like.
you don't know. But
She's the more attractive than normal Night Sister.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there you
Why?
go.
I'm curious.
explain
In depth.
Yeah, right. No, she was just. So this is a category that is kind of an all around for me. You kind of have to have several awesome things about you for this, and so I think she would just be a good all around.
What awesome things, Ross?
That's all you need to know. That's all there is, man.
All right. Yeah, Carrie's looking at pictures
Oh, let me
too.
see.
I think your wife is telling you to pick somebody else, Ross. Pick somebody hotter.
Well, here's her
face
voice
tattoos.
actress.
Her face tattoos make it
Well,
look like
her
she's got
voice
eyes
actress,
under,
on the
bags
other
under her
hand,
eyes.
my goodness. Wow.
Here's her voice actress.
Yeah.
Dang. All right, Ross, I'll give you a pass if we can. I'll let you swap out the voice actress.
Tina Ivlov. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, she's Russian. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I knew that her voice was Russian in the show, but I wasn't aware that they actually had a Russian actress.
Chris, who's yours?
Ray.
Ray.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be
It's the main reason she
enjoyable.
wasn't in any of the other categories. Is just like, I feel like, yeah, that my instinctive answer to
That'll be pleasant.
most snoggable Star Wars
Sure.
woman is
Yep.
definitely Ray.
All right. Story time. Kelsey, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Years and years and years ago, I acted at a wretched hive of scum and villainy known as the Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Chris was there. Mm-hmm. At the Villa was a young lady named Karen.
Mm-hmm.
And out of... I don't want to say desperation, because I definitely wasn't desperate, but boredom, idle entertainment, I suppose.
Chris broke.
Because Chris knows who I'm talking about. A very mutually self-fulfilling fling began where basically both of us were like, well, we got nothing to do while we wait to go on stage in between scenes, so let's make out. And not having anything better to do, I agreed. It was intense, to
Put it delicately.
put it delicately. I had never been manhandled quite so thoroughly. To the point where the phrase coming up for breath took on a whole new meaning for me. Literally had to shove her away from me lest I pass out from lack of oxygen at one point. And in thinking of this, Gian, the purple Twi'lek, it was a wild ride,
Good
man.
luck keeping your tongue.
It was a wild ride.
I was not expecting that.
And so I was like, it's not something you would want all the time. Or even semi-regularly. But
ever?
like
Ever
once?
is I think the word you're
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for? Yeah.
No, dude. It was an experience. And so I think Gian would be a similar experience of intensity. So
I feel like Xion would ratchet that up to 11.
I know it would be pretty
you
like
survived.
wow, yeah. Mando did, but then again, I'm squishy, so
Also, he can't take off his helmet, so
True
he
that.
didn't actually get snogged. Just
True.
Whatever.
Yeah. Wow. Yep. So there we go.
Definitely puts a
just-
crimp on any.
He just had to
romantic
polish the
prospects.
face mask.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He was sitting there like, "Oh my gosh, so glad I have this thing on."
Armor comes back
Should
all
have left
scratched.
should have left the rest of the armor on too.
All right. Wed bed behead. We ready?
Indeed.
Our final wed bed behead. We're going to the Jedi Council.
Oh my.
Oh god.
Shakti Adi Galia.
Okay.
Who is that?
She has like instead of hair, like kind of low.
Oh, the
tentacle
little. Yeah.
things.
Okay. Yeah.
And who else do I want to pick to punish you guys?
I was
Yaddle.
assuming,
Yeah.
that's what I assumed was Yaddle was going to be.
No,
I take it back. Yaddle would be who is my little spoon.
I considered
Luminara Unduli. There's your other choice.
Luminara Unduli.
So Shakti, Luminara Unduli,
man,
and
all right.
Adigalia.
I won't go first this time for you, Kylie.
Okay.
Even though I don't think necessarily
Christina, do
that
you know who
everyone else would
everybody
agree
is?
with me.
You know who Shakti is?
Do we see a little version of her in the Clone Wars? Adi Galia.
Uh-huh. Oh,
There's like
yeah,
one episode
there's
where
a
they go
child, a
and look up-
Padawan
yeah.
of her same species,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
So for me,
And she talks like her nose is plugged in. It's a little irritating.
yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it would be behead Adi Galia.
Ooh.
Agree. I mean, not because we want to behead her, just
Yeah.
we have to behead someone.
Yeah. Bed Shakti, and then wed. Now I can't remember the name.
Luminara Unduli.
Yeah.
I agree. Yep.
She would keep you in line.
That was
Yes.
my. Well,
She's
I
very
just,
lawful good.
She is very logical, and I love that about
Yeah.
her. I almost put her for my smart one, but I just already had Rose there and was happy with that. But she's very calm. She's very logical.
Yeah.
hate to do this to you, but it's the same.
Oh, come on!
But Shakti, you gotta bet Shakti. I was gonna marry her until you tossed Luminara in there, and then I was like, oh, whoa, hold up. If I'm gonna marry someone on the Jedi Council, it's gotta be Luminara.
See, I'm gonna go backwards here. I would marry Shakti because I think she's so pretty.
That was my original. Yeah.
And, like, she seems really nice and caring and forgiving, which, let's be honest, if you're gonna be married to me, forgiveness you must have in abundance. And patience.
Well, I mean, let's slow down. I to say, if you're going to be married,
sure,
forgiveness is...
Yeah, and so you look at how Shakti acts in the Rookies, like how much patience she has, and I'm like, that would be good. So
Luminara though is patient with Anakin Skywalker.
That is true. But she also seems like she would not be real fun for a role in the Hay, so I'd behead Luminara.
I think she'd surprise
and
us.
Do yeah. She keeps it all pent up except for special occasions.
She's basically a Catholic nun who'd be leaving the order.
Oh, there you go. All right, I changed my answer. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Do I need to clap there, Ross?
I don't know.
I think mine was slightly different from you guys'. It's because I would wed Luminara. She seems she seems just classy.
She's a girl version of Ross. She's a paladin.
Okay, what was her name again?
Adigalia.
I would bed Aligalia.
That's fair.
And sorry, Shakti.
There are
I
no
still
real
like
wrong
her,
answers here.
Yeah.
but she'd be beheaded.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay. Last batch of questions. Silver Vixen.
Silver Fox, in other words. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I looked up. I'm like, what is the girl version
Oh,
of
there
her?
is an actual? I was like, foxes
So I
can be
Googled-
female.
I Googled what is the girl
I learned
version of a
something
silver
today.
fox, and they said Google told me a silver vixen. So I'm like, okay, there we go. That's what it is.
All right, I'm learning things left and
Because a
right.
vixen is a girl fox anyway.
I didn't know that.
So yeah,
There we go.
so silver vixen.
Cool.
Mother Taliesin.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
man.
Okay,
It went a little dark, right?
Yeah.
I did not expect
I mean,
that.
she is... Yeah, I guess all of the Night Sisters are literally silver in color,
Yes.
so...
Wow.
I didn't even consider
think
it.
What did you do?
I think I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
I went with Jocasta Nu. I mean, for being 1,000,000 years old, she looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Jocasta was a little bit grumpy for me, But I went with...
It's just about looks, Ross. Totally superficial.
Even still, it's
Okay.
too grandma for me,
Okay.
Anyway, I went with Mon Mothma, older Mon Mothma.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I went with Fennec Shand.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ming
I
Na
went-
Ren is actually 56, apparently.
Really?
Right?
She looks
She-
like she's in her
Yeah, like early 40s.
I know,
Yeah.
right? That's why I was going through people, and I was going to put Holdo here.
That's
and
who I
then,
put
and
was
then I was
Holdo.
looking through the list, and I was like, how old is Ming Na Ren? You can never tell.
Yeah.
And so I pulled up her
Wow.
biography, and I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, she's 56?
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Which is especially crazy because last year for this I chose Chancellor Valorum, and I looked it up to compare. Terrence Stamp, when they filmed Phantom Menace, he was 60. He was only 4 years older than
Really?
Ming Na Ren.
Wow. She
Right?
looks amazing.
Right?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I picked Holdo. I think, real classy look.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Just,
And she is like
pretty.
52, 53 right now. So
that's crazy, though.
Right?
I mean, no win. That's nuts.
Yep.
Wow. I would not have guessed 56.
I
Like,
know.
in 1,000,000 years.
Yep.
Wow. Holy crap. Okay.
Because there is no silver there. But,
Okay. Who's your coolest friend? That's the lady. Just like your BFF, just hanging out, would be fun to go do stuff with, hang out. Just your coolest friend. Obviously Poe Dameron, but second place.
yeah.
I put Maz for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Maz would be
I
fun.
feel
a
like,
great choice,
I
yeah.
feel like whatever you do, it's going to be a good time with Maz. You're going to have
Yeah.
some fun.
I'm
It's
gonna
going to be an
go
adventure.
Gonna go chasing Wookiees.
Yeah.
Yeah, cruising Maine for some Wookiees. Can you just imagine? I can totally imagine Maz like pulling up in her speeder next to somebody at a red light. And she's like, "Hey, Wookiee," like catcalling some Wookiee. Oh, she could pull that off.
She'd probably do it, too.
She totally could. What about you, Christina?
I went with Envy's Nest.
Oh, she would be cool.
That's a good choice.
You could join her motorcycle gang.
Totally.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I went with Ahsoka Tano.
That's a good choice.
Yep.
Jaina Calrissian, because we know she's Lando Calrissian's daughter. She's
We
gonna
do.
be somehow
We do.
connection.
It's so dumb.
It's
But
all
she
but
just-
confirmed blatantly. Like
really?
the visual dictionary has a whole section on how Janna was abducted how Lando's child was abducted and and he didn't learn until later that the First Order was responsible for it and blah blah. And it's just
It's
like,
so
oh my
stupid.
gosh! I believe my tweet was, "Somebody stop them before they make her and Finn twins." Like,
For real.
they're
You know
this
it's coming.
close. It's I'm like, if somebody does not do something.
So you went with Jaina.
Jaina, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because she knows a little bit of everything too. She rides the weird horse creatures. She's handing off parts, so she knows some like technology stuff. Like, I imagine before she, switched over, she knew how to use a gun. So like, yeah, she'd just be a cool friend to hang out with. She's got a variety of stuff.
And I went with the girl whose last name I'm really glad starts with a C and not a K. Kadel Conics.
Yeah.
KKC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Billy Lord's character.
You know her. You know the name got changed at some
Yeah,
point.
for
And someone
sure.
was like, "Whoa, hold up there. You see what you did here? What? I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Okay, let's change that.
Changing that. Yeah, so she seems like really fun. Obviously knows how to get into a little bit of trouble, and like I think she'd be like she would occasionally suggest unwise decisions that might not be like imminently lethal or super illegal, but like a little bit like when we were jumping the tracks with Caleb's little jelly bean.
That was
Not a
good
bright
times.
idea.
Which he almost did in our minivan a couple days ago.
Anyway, like stuff like that. I could see her outside of a wartime situation, I could see her being like, "Hey, listen, we got some speeders. I got an idea. Follow me."
I mean, she was down for a mutiny, so
yeah, that's what tipped me off. I'm like, she would be fun. Yeah, so I think she'd be really fun to hang out with.
Yeah,
Who's your soulmate? This one was a tough one.
wasn't. I cheated.
Who?
It's Harrison Dola.
Wait, you have her on there twice.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
okay.
I
There we
cheated.
go. Yeah, that's fair.
I believe you used Poe Dameron twice last year, so
Did I?
probably.
I don't think
Probably.
so. I mean, he was my first choice in every category.
Yeah,
So,
so- Either way, yeah, I'm going with Harrison Dola on that
Okay.
one. She's the only right answer.
I went with the Sokatano.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Ross, who'd you go with?
The answer I wrote here was probably Paige. My thinking was, with how straight-laced Rose is and how she looks up to Paige as the example, Paige is probably going to be the same
She's gonna
or
be
better.
your paladin partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that so funny?
Sorry, I'm thinking about who I picked.
Oh.
Who'd you pick?
So mine was also an easy choice. There's one female character that I've always been like, yes, that is me. So it's clearly going to be my soulmate. Jocasta knew.
I do love Jocasta New.
see that.
She loves books.
All right, I made
But
my
where
comment.
Ross
There are
already
two right
said, no,
answers to
she's
this.
too old and cranky. You're like, oh, dang it. My soulmate's too cranky for my husband.
Hey, she's your soulmate, not his.
That's fair.
So I had a hard time with this one, mostly because all of the ladies that I think are really cool got used up everywhere else. So I went with Lyra Erso, Jin's mom. It's like she's committed to her
AKA
husband.
the worst mother in Star Wars.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but I guess under stress, I could see her trying to defend.
No, the worst until a month and a half ago, the worst mother in Star Wars was Rey's mother, but apparently that's not the case now.
Yeah, this was a throwaway answer for me. I didn't really care. All right, now
Soulmate, whatever. I don't care.
yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you a whole story about who I would snog. but my soulmate, whatever.
I believe we said at the outset that this is about objectifying
Yes,
women,
yes,
just like we
that's
objectified men. So I can't put too much thought into this.
And
Okay.
his answer, of course, is Poe Dameron.
Yeah, exactly. He's so dreamy, though. Honestly. Okay. Chris, tell us about your best first date.
Oh, it's Sabine Wren.
Sabine.
Sabine,
Mm-hmm.
Sabine Wren. And we are going tagging.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we are.
Or paintball, she would be all over that.
We can do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
turn one into the other. Paintball and then turn it all into tags.
Or tagging with paint.
And then on the run, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't get caught by the popo.
Yep,
that's right.
Definitely. Oh, with that jetpack, she'd get away.
Well, she'd have to take me, but
Well, she could hold you.
Yeah, they're strong enough.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll do
Plus, she didn't have a jetpack in season 1 at least, which is all I've actually watched. So, like 1 and a bit. But.
Season, 3 she gets the jetpack?
that. I don't remember.
I think so.
When she goes back to Mandalore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ross, what about you?
This one is
So
where...
they have a whole plot line about her eventually getting her jetpacks, and they're just ripping off the Mandalorian, my word.
This is where I finally put Hera. She did not appear on my list until now.
That is the right answer.
That's right.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, we're not on Soulmate anymore. But that is still a good answer. She's the right answer.
What would you do on your date?
Go fly somewhere. Fly around some cool space stuffs.
Sure.
Space things.
What else would you do on your date, Ross?
That's about it.
Come on, you're so boring.
I'd have her
Carrie,
home.
is this how your first date went?
I'd have her home by 10.
No snogging? Come on.
Yeah, we just went out to dinner. That was
Dinner.
our
You were
first
home
date.
by 10.
Ross didn't want to wear out his welcome.
That's a wise move, actually.
Yeah, it really is. All right, Christina, who are you taking on a date?
No, they're taking me on a date. Maz.
Oh, sure.
Maz is going to take me on a
Gonna
date.
go pick up Wookiees.
We're going to go shopping.
She could find some interesting
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, with those little goggle things.
Well, and just she
Also,
knows
she's-
everybody.
And, I mean, she owns her own cantina. She's going to be rolling in the money. We're going shopping.
Well, and with all the Jedi artifacts she had, you're going antiquing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Christina would like that, though.
That'd be fun. When the antiques include lightsabers, I mean, who's not down for that?
Yeah, just think about all those perfect kyber crystals she can find.
True story.
So I picked Kira because, well, before she reveals, I guess, that she's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she's on that nice
She's a
cruise
better
ship.
bad guy than a lot of the other bad guys.
She could take me on that cruise ship. You know, somewhere on it, there's like a couples massage.
So this can't be
like-
before, because before it's Dryden Voss's ship. So it
Okay.
has to be after.
I'm gonna say, yeah, she's still using Dryden Voss's resources, and is gonna use those to take me on an awesome date. Should she choose to show me kind of the underside and introduce me to Maul, you know, that'd just be cool.
That'd be something.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to navigate to this for my... So, story time.
Again.
Best first date, yeah. So, in preparation for this episode, I reached out on Twitter both to Ashley Eckstein and to Catherine Tabor, who voices Fetch Padme.
Oh.
Okay.
Just for fun, and I just said, hey, I sent the same text or the same thing to both of them. I said, if Padme or Ahsoka could go on a dream date in universe, what would it be? I need this for a podcast. They never responded, so we don't have their answers, unfortunately. I know. I was really hoping
You built the whole thing up.
I know. Well, now you all get to share in my disappointment. I was really hoping they would have responded, so I could be like, actually, here's what Ahsoka would want to do on her date. Here's what Padme would want to do on her date. So, I would want to take Ahsoka on a date. It would have to be Rebels Ahsoka for legal reasons.
I took Sabine. I'm just assuming that this
Yeah.
is a very chaste date.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, we're tagging. What are we going to get up to? We don't got time for that.
So, yeah, I think Ahsoka is... I mean, everybody loves Ahsoka. You know, at the beginning of Clone Wars, you're super irritated with her because she's kind of a whiny child, but by the end of it, you're crying when she leaves, and you know, and then Rebels Ahsoka, she comes back, and you're like, you're back, it's just so great, you know. So I would love to go on a date with Ahsoka and just be like, blank check, gas, you know, tank full of gas, where are we going, like, whatever you want to do, let's go do it. I just would want to, like, talk to her and just be like, you're so cool, I'm a fanboy, listen, I think you're really pretty and cool, and, like, yeah, we can go here for dinner, sure, and, you know, like, whatever she would want to do, I'd be all over that. Just to, like, spend an evening with her, just, like, talking with her and hanging out would be so cool. So, yeah.
And then
Ahsoka.
she'd go home and write in her journal how boring the date was.
Yep, she totally would. She absolutely would. Yeah, for sure.
What's she going to compare it to?
That is also...
That's true. That's fair.
She's apparently down with kisses being stolen, though, so I might try. Like, if it wasn't going home... Like, because, like, Lux Bonteri, who she's, like, a little bit attracted to...
Oh, yeah.
Like, he steals a kiss from her, and she is just kind of like, shoots him a glance like, you weren't supposed to do that, but all right. You know, and I'm also in this dream date. I'm not the pudgy, middle-aged father that I am now. This is back in my heyday where I actually am somewhat attractive.
That's actually, I'm going to append that same comment because there's no way I'm getting away from the popo as me right now.
For sure, yeah. Yeah. So, this is us in our prime,
Yeah.
And, it's like, I think I would be, I might be able to steal a kiss, just like a little one on the cheek, and then, We'd have to go real well.
Yeah.
I'd have to roll a nat 20 on that date. But, I don't know. It's the dream date. They'll step on my dreams, Ross.
I'm just really enjoying how much of this you've got planned out.
Oh, yeah. Well, how much of this I got planned? My whole plan was do whatever she wants to do, and then maybe...
No, I just that you've got this whole description. It's like, well, but I think, logically, I think that I could probably get a kiss, because this guy got a kiss.
Yeah.
So
I've thought this out, yeah.
You're not just the boring date, you're the creepy stalker boring date.
Yeah, it would
that comes out halfway through the day. It's like,
would.
well, sorry about the... I thought maybe the kiss because he got the kiss. It's just like, wait a minute,
No.
what? How do you know about that?
I watched it on my television at home. No, so it would be hard for me, though, to, contain the fanboy if I were, actually on a date with Ahsoka, because it would be like, look, you're phenomenal. You're an incredible Jedi, even though you're not a Jedi. I get all of that, but, you're incredible. It would be really hard for me to rein the fanboy in to not be the creepy. It'd be kind of like the time we met Summer Glau.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, where it was like, holy crap, you're Summer Glau. Okay, be cool.
He actually told her, I'm sorry, I'm fanboying a little bit. And she's like, oh, that's okay, we'll fanboy together. And totally started acting like a fanboy. It was great.
Yeah, so that was our first Gen Con quick story time, because this is the episode for stories. Yeah, because I'm like, you're Summer Glau.
We never tangent into stories.
You're an attractive actress at a convention. You're going to be people's hands are going to be all over you for the photos that you're doing and stuff, and that would drive me crazy, and I'm not even an attractive female. So...
Wait, what?
I know, right? So I know. News. So I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, so when we got a picture with her, Christina put her arm around Summer, but I just stood there with my hands behind my back, and she's like, come on, put your arm around me. And I'm like, well, you get this with 100 times a day with all the other sweaty guys here at the convention. I don't want to, I want to give you a break. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And so we took one picture like that, and she's like, okay. And that's when I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to I don't want to be that fanboy who's like, Summer, you're so amazing. And she's like, it's okay. And that's when she puts her arm around me and pulls me in, and she's like, let's take a silly face picture, And, she was so cool. Summer Glau was awesome.
That is awesome.
So there we go. Well, we've concluded this year's Valentine's episode.
Oh, well, I guess we're done.
And we've had this episode planned since before last Valentine's episode.
This episode is the reason we had last Valentine's episode.
Correct.
Because Kyler figured, well, we probably shouldn't objectify the women until we've objectified the men first.
So if any of you have a problem with this episode
choice.
and did not complain about last year's Valentine's episode, you can shove it. Equality, people. Equality. That's what we're all about here.
That's right.
We do have next year's Valentine's episode already planned. It's going to be a riot.
Well, actually, you will be having what would have been next year's episode next week because Kyler didn't want to wait, and then we'll get next year's.
Yeah, that's true. I had another great idea about 1 week after last year's Valentine's episode. I had a great idea, and I'm like, screw waiting another year to do this. So we're doing it next week. A whole month of love for you on the podcast, and then next year's Valentine's episode is going to be really, really fun. I can't wait.
Great.
I hope you all like game shows, because it's going to be marvelous. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Come see us at LTUE.
Right, yeah.
And
Find us at LTUE 13th through the 15th, and
so
at the downtown Provo Marriott
So this
Hotel.
is Wednesday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
No, yes.
And so that's literally
Tomorrow.
the rest of this week.
Yeah.
So come and see us. And follow us on Twitter at More Civilized, and then join the Facebook group, A More Civilized Podcast. And Chris, where can they find you? All right.
No, it's me next usually.
Oh, is it you? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
The looks that were just exchanged.
Yeah, you guys missed a great pair
I
of lips
don't know
between
what
me and
I'm
Ross.
doing. I'm trying to manage stuff for the podcast on my phone while doing the outro, and these guys,
Yeah.
come on.
Ladies, do you have anything to plug? I don't know that you. I don't think you do, but I mean, just giving you the opportunity. Thanks for coming, ladies.
Yes.
Oh, right, because we did the social media, where you can find such good things, because that's my normal segue. This week's shout out goes to Peggy Kieger for her Kiger.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Peggy Kaiser.
Sorry, Peggy. My bad.
She would find that really funny, actually.
Okay. It's good because I just said it.
No, and her post of the clip from Return of the Jedi when Darth Vader's walking off the shuttle,
Yeah.
but the soundtrack has been switched. Oh
To,
my
like,
gosh,
romantic
it was
stuff.
so
Yeah, it's
hilarious.
I love that one.
The best part, though, is Jerry's, like, nervous swallow.
Yes.
Before
Yes.
the date. Like
Yes.
that. Like, it's funny before then, but then the nervous swallow just freaking, like, slaps you with humor. It's
Well, and
so
then
great.
Carrie pointed out also there's the slow pan up on Darth Vader, like
Yeah.
the super hot chick, you know. It was just perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. It just Anyway, and with that, you can find me on Twitter at Random Paladin.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at Itinerant Baxter. You can also check out my writer website, which is new, is writerinthehat.com. And you can read one of my stories for free there, The Wizard's Granddaughter.
It's so good, you guys. Go read that story. It is. I test read this for Chris years ago,
Yes.
2 years ago, something
More
like
than
that. It's phenomenal. It's so good. I told Chris, because normally I'll have a couple of nitpicks here and there about his stories, but I got to the end of that one and I'm like, my only complaint is I want more. Like, this is too short.
Someday.
It's so good, you guys. Go read it.
Yeah, that one's free to read on writerinthehat.com. I also have links to my other published stories and some other projects, including this one. Woo.
And until next... Oh, you girls
Yeah.
want to say it. Yeah, you go it. And then we'll do the... Yeah.
May the force be with you.
Always!
I'm Anna Graves, and thank you for listening to a more civilized podcast.
I am nervous for some of my answers in front of my wife here.
I'm already wondering if I just need to clap after every time Kyler speaks to just cut out Kyler completely. So
You'll note I didn't bring my wife.
Carrie, what about you? No, don't cut that out, Ross!
we'll decide on that one later.
No, come on. That's the whole point of this show.